Half Dozen Customs. We're back out here for a little Monte Monday action. It's the first Monday that we've actually been out here in a couple weeks at least. We were trying to do, a little bit here and there. Other things around here have got me busy. So we're going to start wrapping this header today. See if we get it done, but we're going to start. I soaked this stuff overnight. It probably soaked for a good 12 hours probably. So we're going to get started here. I got these gloves that came in the kit. Hopefully they fit my hands. My hands are pretty big. These gloves seem small. It'd be nice if they were a little bigger, but they fit. So this is to protect your hands from the fibers of the wrap. They will make you itch like crazy. So we have it here. There's I have a little pin in here. It's just a nail holding it together. You can see it's definitely wet. We're gonna leave this in here so that we're not getting it dirty. I cleaned the table so that we're not picking up a bunch of junk off of the table. Okay. So basically, when you start this, you wanna kind of fold over the edges. Now we are going to try and get a measurement of the size that we need. We're going to start with these center ones here. So basically we just want to get a measurement how much it takes to go around this pipe. So we're gonna say, right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna guesstimate about 5 of these wraps. So I'm gonna keep my finger there. So we need to do about 5 of those. There's 2, 3, 4, 4.5. So we can use some zip ties to kind of hold this first. Cut a little of that off. So you can use zip ties to hold this first. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I grabbed what I have and I don't think it's gonna really help us. So I want to try and start this on the bottom. If we can. want to make sure that you pull these good and tight. And that is part of them being wet. Also, not only does it keep the fibers down, but it helps you to pull nice and tight. Probably could have went a little longer with that. Let's see how these tools work, huh? Oh. Well, it definitely pulled it tight. So I need to do one around the top. Feels like that could be tighter. Let's see. Okay, so far I think that looks good. So now that we got the center done, what we are going to do, so we're going to wrap one of these pipes, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come down into here. I'd like to get around this bend. It'll be kind of hard to get it in between there, but we should be able to get it in between there, at least one wrap. And then we'll tie that one at both ends. And then this one, when we come down, we'll come down to about right here, and we'll start wrapping all four of them. And we'll continue all the way down to the end. So let's kind of do the same thing we did before. We're gonna get a wrap around there. do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do 11 of those. So 1, that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's just double check that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is this to cut this? See if that's what these are for. Oh yeah. Scissors work better. Not a good time to get an itch on your nose. So when you're wrapping this, you kind of want to do like a quarter of an overlap on every wrap. Put one around the top now. I don't like that one. we'll probably go back and we'll probably do a couple more just around these tops so that nothing comes unraveled. So now this one's a little trickier. Gonna have to kind of wrap all this stuff around the pipe and then try and get it adjusted so that it matches all the rest. Get that one to slide through. Ah. All right, man, I could not get him to go through there. Then all of a sudden it just popped in. Okay, what you guys think? I think it came out really good. I think it looks awesome. I am going to go in and we are going to double strap up here. We did do a double strap down on the bottom, but if it's going to fail somewhere, it's going to fail where you put those straps. So we'll put some double straps up here on the top, and then, you know, I think we're good after that. You know, it was, you know, it's not an easy task to do, and especially to make it look good. I think what we did looks awesome. I've watched some other videos of people doing it where, you know, at the end, you know, it didn't look so good. I think ours looks great. I'm super happy with it. So, yeah. One thing I gotta say, sticky. Very, very sticky. So, I guess if you get true titanium wrap, which that's what I wanted to get, but it has kind of a goldish, copperish tinge to it, maybe a goldish, silverish tinge to it, and Colleen just didn't like that. So we went with a titanium fiber mix, and it kind of gives it that carbon fiber look, which I think it looks awesome. But that if you get that pure titanium wrap, they say that you don't have to wet that. You know, we soaked this with water for, like I said, like 12 hours. And then, you know, it makes it easier to wrap. It allows you to pull it tighter. It keeps down the fibers. It definitely makes a mess doing this stuff. I would definitely make sure that the area that you're working in is clean. Like I said, I cleaned the table before we started this, and that's because, like, you know, I have dust and dirt all over, you know, everything, because, you know, I do body work and I do paint here and all that. You don't want that getting mixed up in your wrap. So you want to you know, make sure that you're doing a clean surface, and then yeah, just make sure you wrap it nice and tight, and make sure that you got good tight clamps on there to hold everything. I've seen, you know, I see a lot of people do hose clamps, and I bet you a hose clamp is the absolute best thing that you can do. I bet there is nothing better than doing a hose clamp, but I don't like the looks of that. So I was looking for silicone spray. So they say if you put silicone spray on this stuff, because this stuff will hold water and it'll cause your headers to rust. That's why we painted them first. Sorry, I'm like getting the hiccups or something here. So we painted them first, try and protect them, because this stuff will hold water. They make silicone spray for this stuff that keeps water off of it, so that it repels the water, doesn't hold water, and keeps it from rusting. I see a lot of off-road people using that, because, you know, they're in the creeks and in lakes and, you know, climbing up and over hills and mountains and rivers and stuff like that. So they're always getting them wet. You know, this is going to be a show car. You know, the only time it'll ever get driven in the rain is if it happens to start raining while we're at a car show. Other than that, it's going to be parked in a garage. So I'm not really too worried about it too much. But I couldn't find it in a clear. All I could find in, they had it in silver and in black. So if you're just doing a black wrap, then, you know, you can use a black wrap. I guess if you're doing the titanium wrap or a titanium colored wrap, then they make the silver one for it. But I could not find, I was looking for like a clear one, so that way it didn't take away from that carbon fiber look, but I couldn't find it. So we're just going to leave it the way that it is. I'm going to hang this so that it's not sitting on my table. I don't want to come back out here and have a rusty spot, because this is a bare metal table. So we're going to hang it for right now. I'm gonna go eat some lunch. We'll come back out here. I'm gonna clean up my mess, and then I'm going to bake this again using the heat gun. I told you guys that it was sticky, very sticky. And that's, I believe, I would have to research into this, but the last ones that I did, I know that it was like this. I don't know if these were, I'm gonna say yes, but they have like a glue in them. So when you get them wet, it softens up that glue, then you wrap everything, and then when it dries, it actually like glues itself together so that it can't come unraveled. Now, I could be wrong, but I remember years and years ago when I did some headers like this, that's how those work. And with these being sticky, I'm gonna say that it's the same thing with this. I don't really read a whole lot into it. I just, like I said, I picked out the titanium. Colleen picked out this stuff, so I never went and read up on this stuff. But looks good. I'm happy. I don't know how well the video turned out because I was kind of all up in your guys' business. So hopefully there's some decent footage of it. If not, I apologize. If that's the case, I will check this footage. And if it's poor footage, then we'll record the other one. And I'll try and do a little bit better on that one. But yeah, I think that's it for this video, other than just me putting the heat gun in there and making sure that this cooks and dries on there. This is the end of the video. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. And Happy New Year, everybody. We'll see you guys next year. Hopefully big things are coming next year. Hopefully. Big things. Happy New Year, guys. Oh.